Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. And it's Xavier Restrepo on the cusp of having a Braxton Berrios type of breakout year. Now, this particular topic or subject that I want to discuss is because of the recent additions that we've had to the wide receiver room with Harold as well as Kirk. Someone asked me, they said, Shad, who do you think is the best wide receiver on the roster? Now, I've made it known that I'm very biased towards Jacoby George, but I'm also objective. And I said, well, if we're putting biases aside, X is the best receiver on the roster. So that led someone into saying that, well, y'all are talking about X as if X is Braxton Berrios. Now, I'll preface that by saying that throughout the year of last year, there were a multitude of people that were talking about that part of TVD's struggles were the fact that Xavier Restrepo was not healthy for the duration of the season. I didn't buy into any of those particular narratives for the simple fact that if we go back to 2021, the third most targeted receiver for Tyler Van Dyke was Will Mallory. So Will Mallory was available for all the games. So if anything, I wouldn't say that X was the guy that TVD was missing. It was more so maybe some play calling and some things that they had Will Mallory doing that probably was more of an effect on Tyler Van Dyke. But again, that's a different subject, and that's just my theory on it. But getting back to the subject at hand, this to me has kind of gotten to the Michael Jordan type of thing, where you have some people who are Jordan fans and they subtract his career down to only 6 years, the 6 years that he won NBA titles, and just forget about the other years that he played. Most definitely forget about the Washington Wizard years. And the reason I say that is because for whatever reason, it seems that Braxton Berrios' career at the University of Miami has only been relegated to 1 year, which was 2017. And they are using 2017 as a justification to say that, oh, well, no, X ain't Braxton. It's like, what the heck is y'all talking about? And this is where I love. This is what I love. Because it gives me the ability to go back into time and test the waters. And when I say test the waters, check the temperature. We got Braxton Berrios in 2014. Was a huge get, was a big get. I'm going to do a video about receivers from South Florida as well. I got to do that particular video because I'm kind of getting tired of a particular narrative, but that's for the next video. Under Armour All-American, went to the opening in Oregon, showed out, towards ACL in the Under Armour All-American game on his way to scoring a touchdown. So obviously he had that particular rehabilitation process that he had to undergo here at the University of Miami. But when we're talking about 2014, 2015, and 2016, it's eerily similar to what X is going through now. And the biggest thing that stands out to me about this is that going into the 2017 season, guess who we got in recruiting class? We got Jeff Thomas and we got Mike Harley. And what was said? What was said? Oh, man, I give it probably 2 or 3 weeks. Man, Jeff Thomas going to be the starting slot receiver, man. Brax ain't got that. Brax ain't like that. Why we got Braxton returning punts? Why we got Braxton doing this? Braxton slow. Braxton this. Braxton that. And then Braxton has 2017, and all of a sudden, we got people that are saying, oh, well, man, I saw that in Braxton all the time. No, you didn't. Stop lying. No, you didn't. Nobody saw 2017 from Braxton Berrios. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. Because if you saw it, you wouldn't have came out and said, oh, it won't be long before Jeff Thomas take his position. And who is this year's Jeff Thomas? Ray. Now, obviously, you'll have some people that say, oh, man, Ray better than Jeff Thomas. Ray played against better competition. And I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Because you know why that narrative is dead in the water? Because of the performance that Jeff Thomas had in the Under Armour All-American game where he looked at like the absolute best wide receiver in the entire country. I remember that. And I also remember my statement about Jeff Thomas, as well as Mike Harley. I said, Neither one of those guys are going to see the field unless they learn how to block. Braxton Berrios can block. He's a very good blocker. So, again, I wasn't the biggest Berrios fan. You know, I'm not saying that I dislike Berrios, but he wasn't, you know, my guy like that, like how Stacy and Jacoby George are. But it's just similar how the talking points for this year are very similar to the talking points going into 2017. Now, I'm not pretending to be Nostradamus and saying, oh, I predict Braxton Berrios, not Braxton Berrios, but I predict X to have a Braxton Berrios type of season this year. No, I'm just asking the question, is he poised? Because I think aside from Henry Parrish, I think Braxton Berrios probably has, and we can put TVD in there, but I think Braxton Berrios probably has a tremendous chip on his shoulder, similar to Braxton Berrios had. Because someone said, well, man, X don't catch the ball as good as Braxton. Well, according to PFF, both guys, and X still has another year to go. Don't get me wrong, but both guys have 3 drops total. And when we look at some of the drops that X has, it's like X is out here doing like X is spinning around in the air, trying to catch the ball. So it's like I haven't seen a situation where it's just like in the cut and it's like X dropped the ball. So I'm not gonna say that. Oh well, Braxton's a better route runner than X. X consistently gets open. So what does that tell me? That tells me he's a good route runner, right? And we know X can block. So it's the same exact conversation. The only difference is, will X rise to the occasion? Will he rise to the occasion like Braxton Berrios did? And be the most successful wide receiver that has left the University of Miami since Travis Benjamin. And I know KJ Osborne, but I like to put this in guys who committed to the University of Miami. And when it's all said and done, Braxton might be the most successful UM receiver since Dre and Wayne. Think about that. A guy who going into 2017, y'all wanted Jeff Thomas and Mike Harley to start over because I done seen enough of Braxton. I know what I'm going to get from him. And all of a sudden now, man, I saw this coming from Braxton the whole time. Stop lying. What that song is, oh my God, why the heck are you lying? Why are you lying? But anyway, man, like, share, subscribe, comment, man. As always, man, it is all about the you.